Well, grab a seat, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
The Flip. All right, it is now time for D and Davis The Flip. We drop this every Wednesday. Our take on pop culture, politics, and anything else going on around this globe. Make sure you check out D and Davis The Show every Saturday at 11 a.m. on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com. I am Kenneth Davis, and of course, the next man you hear, his name is
D. What's going on, everybody? Definitely follow us on Twitter at D and Davis Show. Once again, it's at D and Davis Show. You can use a hashtag D and Davis Flip. D and Davis Flip. Hit us up on the email too. Hey, you can still do that. We're getting a few emails here and there we got to talk about after the show. Email address is dndavishow@gmail.com. dndavishow@gmail.com. You can hit me up personally on the Twitter. I'm at Demonze1, DEMONZE 1. Kenneth Davis. He's at That's Davis. The executives of the show, first up, Mr. Tony Gill. You can follow Tony on Twitter at TonyGill670. And Kyle Means on Twitter at work_right_WRKWRT. There you go. I don't know why I'm pausing. I do it for effect. And we got our boy Jason Kessner in studio with us. You can follow Jason on Twitter at JFKessner. Yeah.
All right, so did you want to lead with the Denzel Washington situation?
Yeah, we'll talk about, I got it up. We can talk about Denzel. So Denzel basically kind of, would y'all say kind of semi-ripped into the media, or, you know.
He just spoke a
little truth to power. Yeah. All right. Here's Denzel Washington. This is courtesy of off of Facebook, but one of my favorite MCs of all time, Big Boy, is the one that of Outkast is one that posted. So let me turn up my phone, make sure we got it. Here's Denzel Washington talking about the media.
There's been a lot of buzz about this fake news. You were the subject of a fake news story.
Oh yeah, what'd they say? I was running for president. No, I voted. No, what'd they say?
You switched your support.
I switched the yeah.
What do you make of all the fake news that it affects?
If you don't read the newspaper, you're uninformed. If you do read it, you're misinformed.
So what do you do?
That's the great question. What is the long-term effect of too much information? One of the effects is the need to be first, not even to be true anymore. So what a responsibility you all have to tell the truth, not just to be first, but to tell the truth. We live in a society now where it's just first. Who cares? Get it out there. We don't care who it hurts. We don't care who we destroy. We don't care if it's true. Just say it. Sell it. Anything you practice, you'll get good at, including BS.
You told me last time.
Okay.
Doesn't it seem like
Does that make sense?
Denzel Washington just walk around the house in his drawers talking gangster shit? Like, just spitting game. Oh,
Right,
sometimes,
hey.
but you get tired of him spitting game. You're like, damn, daddy.
He just spits game. There you go.
anything he says has more weight to it because he's Denzel. So it's like he has a gravitas that because he's an actor and because he can portray so much emotion in so little words, you have no choice but to listen to him, you know?
But I think what he's saying is accurate. The only problem,
no doubt, everything he said was true.
The only problem still is you have to search out information, and you still have to question that information that you're searching out. That's the only, like, I mean, unless you're getting firsthand accounts of something, you always run the risk of something not being totally accurate. But what they say is his story, my story, and the truth. Tell the truth. Somebody should have dropped to tell the truth.
Well, most people aren't trained unfortunately, to really be as critical. Some people aren't critical at all, and some people just can't differentiate. So it takes media training on a lot of levels for a lot of people to sort of get what's being put out there to feed certain storylines and what's being put out there honestly and without, like I said, without bias or any type of negative intent.
Yeah, well, a couple things. We all probably saw this. There's that Stanford professor who did the report on what teens today actually can do with vetting. Most of them just see things. That was what came out of the study. Most people see things. Most youth see things and accept them as true. And the thing about degrading education is the fact that critical thinking gets lost anyway. So it's not just something that happens in youth. It continues on. And
Yeah, no,
when
you're right
education
about
is all
that.
about making profit, there you go.
I mean, would you all give a pass to the simple fact of there's so much media out there, it's just too hard to vet everything? You have your standard bearers, if you want to say, that's been around for years. If you want to say you're watching the Post, whatever, you might not like the leaning of them per se, but you have publication, you have media that's been there for a long time. If you want to go to cable news, CNN's been around for how long now? 30-something years, almost 40 years it's been around so long. So they're kind of like the standard bearer that you look at them and you say, okay, they're pretty trusted.
What they call old media or traditional media.
Exactly. So you have that, but then you do have, hell, look at us. We are RegalRadio.com. It's more of an opinion piece what we write about, but somebody can definitely read that and be like, hey, Ken said this about Chris Sale.
All the shit I say is facts. Straight facts, B.
Straight facts, B.
Straight
facts. So, but it is so much out there. I can kind of understand why it is so hard to kind of decipher. Man, it's so many things on Facebook. Not even put past the whole Russia shit. But so many people, so many things on Facebook, and you look at it and you read it, and this shit seems very true. But 9 times out of 10, well, not 9 times out of 10, but say 50-50, it's some motherfucker just sitting back, just typing. It's like, yeah, I'm a pretty good typer. I'm a pretty good typer. I'm a pretty good writer. I'm a pretty good writer, and it comes across, as you just said with Denzel Washington. He has such a gravitas with words, and just him, he has that celebrity, he has that seem like that stamp of approval from a lot of people. If you're a wordsmith, man, you can make motherfuckers believe what you write.
Well, it's one of those things. The horse out of the barn, frankly, because I mean,
It
there's
is.
that
You're
guy.
100% right.
There's the guy who said he actually admitted, I'm the one who said the protesters are professionals and they're getting paid.
Yep.
I did this so that the Trump campaign would be defamed. Nobody ever fact checked this, and now it has life of its own. And this guy feels responsible for the Trump president-elect Trump.
And he voted for Hillary Clinton and made money too. He made a lot, like $8,000-9,000 off of one post.
A lot of
clicks.
A lot of it too was a lack of historical knowledge, institutional knowledge, and a lack of overall intellectual curiosity. Like when you look at stuff that is just thrown out there, like Trump will throw something out there. Over this past weekend, I heard him mentioning that he had one of the biggest electoral college victories ever. And nobody challenged it. Nobody in the whether it was the mainstream media or the left wing. I didn't. Nobody really came out and was like, no, that's flat out wrong.
Was it Nixon? Who's ahead of Nixon on that? It was the top three was Nixon.
Reagan
I forget
in 84.
They were in the 500s, but then it was people that was in the 400s, and Obama was in the 300s.
Yeah.
So it was just like,
but
dude.
I read it, and this is the thing too, like and like going to Dee's point about how so many different platforms and the way that stuff is disseminated. Now there was a tweet I saw that said that Trump was actually in the lower third or lower fourth, and in regards to his win, in regards to the percentage and everything. Now I could believe that, but it's again that could be wrong.
But see, that's the issue. People want to go with what side they lean towards and say that's
right.
fact.
They're informed by what opinion they already have, and as opposed to being informed by real institutional knowledge.
Just doing a little bit of digging. That's still not to say you can find out everything. And it kind of goes to what you were just saying as far as people really checking something out. Yeah, but Jason was just saying for people who can't see the white guys in the room. But my biggest thing is this. My biggest thing is this, too. Common sense tells you a lot about this shit. I'm telling you. When you I think
a lot of people got common sense.
No. That's what we're saying that. A lot of people don't have common sense.
Okay.
I'm saying that, but usually, like, we do this all the time. Like, when we're sitting there and we're all reading the story, and then we'll start nitpicking through the bullshit. Like, nah, that doesn't make any fucking sense. Why the fuck would he do that? Nah, I don't know about that or whatever. So, to me, like you said, a lot of people don't use common sense. A lot of people don't use, I don't know, a bit of detection when they piecemealing through this. Even some shit I like. Even some shit I'll be like, man, yeah, you said this about Trump. I would still, for myself, do a little bit more vetting, as we said, and just going with the fucking everything. But it's hard to go check out everything, especially when you're working on 9 to 5.
It goes back to your point, Jason. You said that, is it millennials or teenagers right now in the study that when they see something, they just think it's true?
There's the Stanford study. I'm forgetting exactly. This was in the news. Well, if you're on NPR or things like that, I guess. Not all the news. 2 or 3 weeks ago, that there had been a Stanford professor who analyzed teens, Like I'm probably 12 to 19 right now, and most of them, it was like something ridiculous, like 90 or 80%. Again, I'm just making numbers up, so this isn't fake news, but this is an approximation of what happened. But it was more than half, more than 3/4, just would accept disembodied. Like it was a picture with a caption, whether the caption had anything truthful in it or not. They would just be like, that's real.
But they have, another problem with that too. Not to knock anyone that's younger and thing, they've never had to search for information. Like,
because it's always just there.
It's always at your fingertips. We grew up at a time where we had to go and locate it, find it,
do a decimal system.
Exactly, and you'd have to collect different books.
Encyclopedia Britannica.
And look, even in those books, you would see contradictions. Like you would sometimes yourself find, well, wait, they didn't say this and this. Like, and this is, I don't mean discredit anyone.
Oh, diss them.
I used to always take not offense, but I ain't like how the Jet was never accurate with their birthdays.
Jet magazine? Of all things,
Jet
you want to discredit.
So
of all
terrible.
Things. Of all things.
Like, and look, and you had Ebony right now. You'd be like, hold on, he's 34. I'd be like, he's 49.
But the kid said.
I'm just like, that used to always, their fact checking as a kid used to bother the hell out of me. Right, it did. They would be wrong often.
So this is the question that kind of piggybacking on all this. Is this somewhat of an evolution or what's the word? De-evolution, degradation, whatever the fuck it is.
Come on, put some D on it.
Yeah. Degeneration. But is this something that's just kind of happening to humans altogether who probably have a lot of information at their fingertips? I mean, is this just what we're turning into? I mean, you don't have to evolve just by the physical. On the physical, definitely you evolve from the mental. Having that much, like Jason said, having that much information at your fingertips, that is a problem because you don't know what to decipher. You don't know what's real.
Both of you are parents, and I'm sure you read up on what's going to happen when your kids grow up in a digital age, right? There's so many articles out there being written about what happens when a screen is in front of them from the very, very beginning. We are basically experimenting with ourselves as a species, I think. And there are plenty of people doing the research, if anybody's out there reading it, that are kind of being the harbingers of this or being the bearers of good and bad news. There are always trade-offs.
So how you... Well, Kenan is what, 7 now? 7 to 8? Has he got to the point in school yet when he's going kind of like somewhat book reports or whatever like that?
Oh, yeah, he does book reports.
All right, so how do you all tell him?
He does physical book reports, so. Like, we actually have the book.
Okay, you read this, you get a book report on this, what you're talking about?
So he'll use either the books that he has, but he does physical book reports.
So
he doesn't actually do as much. You know what? Last year he did more tablet work. Yeah. But I got you, brother. Last year he did more tablet work. He still does some, but they don't do... Nah, he got his own thing. Shit. Wait, this was one school, McDade, they gave iPads out. What's up? I know. Shit. Fuck. But
what my kid got?
Yeah, what
so
the
wait,
fuck?
just for some context, CPS, a charter school or private?
CPS.
Okay.
But no, I was asking about the whole thing with Kenan with the book reports and things of that nature because obviously he hasn't got to the point where he has to use different references and things like that or whatever. So I'm just curious because for both of us, your 2 kids, my little girl, when they get of that age, I know it's still crazy. Your 2 kids, told you get it snipped. Hey, I'm still.
You know how rich I gotta be to get my shit snipped.
You know how much rich you can still be if you do get it snipped.
No, I think I'm maybe. I could do one more, but
you could do one more kid.
Maybe it have to be in the next 2 years. I kind of want another boy, but I wouldn't care.
Man, you living this. Boy, I don't know what to say.
I'm a loving man.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. You can love, but you ain't got a bus.
I like kids. I mean, they get on your nerves, but I like kids.
Yeah, you like kids like that, though.
So it doesn't bother me like that. I like kids.
Yeah, I know.
What the fuck is that, Kyle?
It's what is it? Is
like
it Latin? Yeah, Latin. Yeah. For head of the family.
Okay, thank you.
Male head of the family.
Please, I thought you was getting me locked up in this motherfucker.
No.
I'm usually good with my Latin and shit, but I think we need to clarify.
Watch the movie Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Okay. See, I've never watched that. That's George Clooney in it, right?
Yeah. Oh, great movie, man.
I never watched that.
Soundtrack was phenomenal too.
Oh yeah, I remember that bullshit.
Why you gotta be bullshit?
It was all that.
It was actually. It was pretty fly, man. The same way you shitted on Justin Bieber. Album was.
That's a comparison I will not buy.
Fuck Justin Bieber.
Fuck Justin Bieber.
What are you doing comparing the Coen brothers to Justin Bieber? That is like substance to just all style. Not even good style. At that.
Is it better than Matrix 1 since we're talking about the Coen brothers?
Is it better than who?
Matrix 1?
Matrix.
One. I said one.
Oh, brother.
Yeah.
The movie.
Ooh. Maybe not that one. So then,
It's kind of like
It's too different.
I don't give a fuck. I just said, is it good or not?
that's like comparing oranges and a '78 DeVille.
So I
A 78 DeVille.
so the concept of fun bad, right? You know, you kind of go in there. Especially with films, because I've watched a lot of like really like esoteric, like
Yeah, we
elitist
know.
kind of crap that nobody
We
likes
know,
except
Jace.
for me.
And
But-
first time he meets a girl, he wants to go into the foreign films that he's watching.
Hey,
And all they want to talk about is dick.
that's not actually true.
Give him that. Yeah. Go ahead.
The latter part, definitely. I don't know about the first part. No. Over the Where Thou is not Coen Brothers' best. It's probably their most fun. Anyone on me with that?
Yeah, definitely.
Whereas the Matrix 1 is like more fun, not than Oh Brother Where Art Thou, but how do you pronounce their last names? The Wachowskis generally are more like fun or like popcorn movie, if you want to break down like that.
Yeah, but when I was when I was saying like the orange to DeVille, it's like you're going in the movies looking for two different things. Like, you know,
I'm looking to be entertained.
well, yeah,
It's there for you. For that.
both will entertain you, but they do it in very different ways.
No, I did the comparison because you brought up the Wachowskis, and I confused them with the Coens.
Oh, okay.
That's why.
You have seen The Matrix before, right?
Nah, of course I've seen the Matrix.
I just want to ask. I saw somebody on TV said they never saw The Matrix.
How old are they? One. If they're old,
our
if they have
age.
age, then
Our age.
that's
Well,
ridiculous.
if not older.
See, that's like people that say they never saw Star Wars to me. It's kind of like, what the
I
fuck
still
is-
meet people like that.
What the fuck is wrong?
I think I just met somebody like that.
Or like Raiders. Like, what are you doing not watching Raiders of the Lost Ark? If you don't watch the rest of the trilogy, that's fine, but watch Raiders of the Lost Ark.
See, my only thing with that is how hard it may be to Raiders doesn't come on as much.
Yeah.
Since over the last 20 years they've come back out with Star Wars movies, then they run the marathon. But outside of the Crystal Skull, like how often? I mean, I'm not saying I like Indiana Jones. For anybody that doesn't know, Raiders of the Lost Ark, that's the first Indiana Jones movie.
Yeah.
I enjoy Indiana Jones, but still, like, if you can't just bump into it, like Star Wars Marathon was on last week.
Yeah, TNT's been showing it a lot.
Well, the other similar comparison would be, how do you not watch Godfather 1 and 2? It's on, like, every Thanksgiving and or Christmas. Like, just leave your family, like, stop having that domestic fight, like, the arguments, and just lock yourself in a room with some alcohol and watch Godfather.
Kids don't.
Haven't watched it.
You haven't watched. You haven't watched what?
Wait, again, we're talking about people our age. Like, my age up to whoever the
I've
oldest
seen
one in the
like
room is.
when they fleeing
Wait a minute, you
Italy,
haven't
like
seen
when,
what?
When people was getting that's too, when they was out there in the mama when they was
Have you watched one? Have you watched any of them in their entirety?
nah. Look at the blacks want to do this Italian thing. You motherfuckers ain't mobsters. Why don't you watch some Zulu shit, motherfuckers?
Watch Roots, motherfucker.
Appropriating that
I
bullshit.
watched Shaka Zulu and I've
I'm
watched.
talking about the other
and-
Zulu movies.
What
I think
Zulu
it's gonna say-
movies?
It's you think it's got tons of Zulu fighting movies?
Get
I
out
was
of
watching
it.
one the
What
other
Zulu
day.
type movies?
That shit was the jam.
Zulu fight.
That fucking National Geographic shit you be watching all the goddamn time. You ain't never seen The Godfather 1 or 2 all the way through?
I think, no. I think I get that they're great movies. I just haven't spent the time. No, but I will not disrespect it. But I think it's a great movie. I'll say another movie that I'm. So if you know I haven't seen that, you know what else I ain't seen. I kind of see most of it, but not all the way through.
What?
Is it something long?
Something
Another
else
thing that's long?
Something Negroes want to simulate so hard. There you go.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell me Malcolm X, and I was going to be like,
Get the fuck out of here. What the fuck are you crazy?
I saw that shit back in 19...
What to say? I was watching Malcolm X on the way here.
Wait a minute, hold on. What year Michael Master... What?
Yeah.
All right.
Wait a minute, what year Michael Master come out? 92? 92?
It was 92.
Yeah, I saw that in the theater.
That shit was powerful.
Sure was. My daddy took me to go see it. I never read the book, but I definitely saw the movie. Hold on, wait a minute. You've never seen Scarface either?
I've seen most of it. I've basically seen Scarface.
I'm trying to think of anything
I mean, this
that
Italian dude acting like some fucking Cuban Puerto Rican.
You know what?
guy.
That's like
That shit was a bit too much for me.
But that's-
There's no Cubans around this
Oh, I
motherfucker.
feel you. I feel you. I
There's
feel
no
you.
good Cuban actors.
I feel you. I feel you.
Well,
on
we
that.
don't throw my mind. Just like then the whole thing how we took it and made it our movie, which is kind of like, you know what? I'm good, brother. Like,
Wait, is that true? I didn't know that was a thing.
The 90s hip hop was centered around that. That was cut into every other album.
That and Belly, probably.
That's the thing, though. Like, if you grew up listening to 90s hip hop, you might as well not have watched Scarface because but the whole movie was cut up in between.
So many references, rap like Tony Kumanolo. It's like, okay, motherfucker.
Yeah. I guess I'm trying to think of anything I can equate that to. But you know what? It is something. Neither one of us watched The Wire like that. Have you watched it all the way? How many seasons have you?
You know what? There's going to be a time, and I'm looking at it now because I saw Sopranos. I was reading some articles.
I didn't watch that the whole time series of that either.
I watched a little bit of it, but there's things I'm building a list of. I will binge these when I get a chance to. The Wire, because of how well written and everything, I think I will at times because once I get so far in it, I'm probably gonna finish it because it's like I've given it this much time. But again, it was kind of like I opened up the window. Oh, okay, I got you. Omar's across the street. I didn't need that. Even though we didn't have too many out Omars. I'm sure they were Omars, but they wasn't out Omar. Omar was about his business and open about it. Which shout out to the LGBT community with Omar murdering and raping.
I don't mean to derail this or anything, but your defense for not watching Godfather was because it's about mobsters. Yet you're interested in The Sopranos.
No, I'm interested in Sopranos because it's HBO.
The common factor is Italians.
No,
so you like to watch some Italians, but not all Italians.
Even with the Godfather thing, I'm interested. I will watch it because I know it's landmark cinema. Like I need to watch it.
True.
Since I know HBO usually drops quality. Now, sometimes I may not be interested in it, but I know HBO drops quality. I know all of us, if you're unplugged or not, but we all have access to HBO.
Somebody got HBO.
You know what I'm saying? It's because we know HBO is going to drop quality. So that's kind of why. If to be honest with you, Sopranos was probably on Showtime, I probably wouldn't think maybe one day. When I mean one day, I'm talking about maybe in the next couple of years, we'll go back and watch it. And I'm not saying now I know Showtime has better shows.
No, it lasted almost 10 years, but it actually
took breaks.
It actually was like 6 seasons, but they was like they had a couple years. Some seasons took like 2-year breaks and stuff like that.
Think about if you could get on a show like that. Think about how he's been a comedian before that, but think about how Curb Your Enthusiasm has helped JB Smooth.
Yeah,
like man, if you can get on a show and work that bad boy for 6 years, you're pretty much set.
But yeah, definitely. I mean, JB was broke. He was just like another comic dude, and he was a writer. Like I think he wrote on Saturday Night Live, but he wasn't like that broke him out. And it gave him a defining character in Leon. So it was something that when white people saw now, they was like, yeah, that's Leon. So yeah.
Matter of fact, he does the voice on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon that Grace watches. He does it for Bebop.
Oh, that would make
JB
sense.
Smooth.
Because I was about to say.
Yep, because I was.
He does. I don't think that's a turtle voice.
No, because she was watching it one day, and I'm like, why is that JB Smooth? What the hell are you watching? I'm thinking she watching Curb Your Enthusiasm or some shit. I walk in there, it's fucking Bebop and Rocksteady. He's a Bebop's voice. So he flipped that into so many things, and then he flipped it into voice acting.
When that Crown Royal vanilla. Ad. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I'm a vanilla this place, vanilla your nose. Vanilla. It's like, okay.
It'd be on ESPN a lot.
See, that's what happens when you're unplugged. You don't get good commercials. Support liquor.
Oh, I was just going to bring up as a child of the late 80s, early 90s, there's a lot of love for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but since I don't have children, I haven't gotten in on these reboots. Gentlemen?
It's a ton of them. Grace loves Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
But that's not the question. Do you love them?
I don't. You know what? I've seen both the movies.
I haven't. I think I've said I want.
I've seen both the most recent movies. I took Grace. We took Grace to see the second one. The first one I think I watched with. No, matter of fact, I think I watched like a stream of the first one. I was like so interested in looking at it, and I watched it. I was like, it was all right. But when it came,
you watched this without her?
Yeah, that first one came out. I think she might have been pretty young when it came. I like the Turtles. I was a fan of them growing up.
Turtles.
I like the Turtles.
Sick twist. Look, you can see his eyes open up. You
I like
sick
the Turtles.
twisted
Yeah.
bastard.
famous internet meme? I like turtle. Isn't that a thing?
I don't know,
We
Jim.
have a new thing for D.
Yep. Put my face on it. I like turtles. No, I grew up watching the cartoon, grew up reading the comic book, so I was into it. So
You read the comic book growing up?
I got some comic books. I got some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Do the total comic book.
I got one that's a really good one. It's a kind of a smaller one. I got it when after we went out to Wizard World.
Because then if it ain't worth
No,
a
it was
damn,
kind of.
I'm just saying, it needs to be a departure from the cartoon for me to actually pick
The
up.
first one was pretty violent.
Okay,
The
I'm
first
just
one, I got
saying.
a black and white one. I think I got from.
All are kind of darker than they're
They-
darker.
so
than
like you come in there, Raphael doing a bump, like let's get Shredder. They go running out.
I don't think it
Splinter
got
bending
that
over
dark.
some
I think in the
motherfucker
comics they
throwing
actually
back
killed off one of them.
They killed all of them.
One of them. I forget who
Was
it
it
was.
Michael? It was
No, I think it's
Donatello.
Donatello.
You know it's
In the comic books, I think
they
they killed
killed him with the
Donatello.
bow. Yeah, he can go.
So, but no, I was into it. I wanted to see it, so I watched it. And then when it came on like Hulu one day, the whole entire movie, and Grace had been watching the cartoon so much, I'm like, here, why don't you watch the movie? And Chanel was like, I think that might be a little bit too much for her. It looked real or like that. Man, she loved it. She still watches it. So when the second one came out, I'm like, you think she too young to take her to the movies to go watch them? She's like, let's see. We took it there. She was all into it. So I seen both the movies. They have the cartoons, like 2 versions of the cartoons, and she watched it. So when it's on, like I got a new 60-inch. And fucking Teenage Mutant.
Motherfuckers love talking about their TV inches, boy.
Yeah. If it ain't that, it's just a TV inch.
that's what some people would say.
Dirty D.
You overcompensate.
Hey.
Tell him, brother. I got a 14-inch TV because I'm packing all types of meat around here.
Ken's got a bigger dick than a television.
Put the projector on. Put my meat out. Let it go. Stand on movies. Stand on movies. Stand on movies.
You're gonna have to give D a minute.
Stand on movies. Somebody we want to have on the show. I was listening to definitely friend of the show, Mentor D's Lawrence Holmes from the Lawrence Holmes Show. They were doing the break between Boards and Bernstein, and they brought up Rogue One.
Yeah.
And it was funny because I was debating this.
Yes, this Saturday. Yeah.
I was telling Kenton and
Friday. I mean, yeah.
and a gentleman working on my furnace who has not finished his work. That's another discussion. But so anyway, they were saying that the main character from Rogue One is what's the one from the last one?
Dang.
Yeah.
What's it?
What's the main character
her
from
name? Yeah.
The one that
Ray or something.
Ray. It's Ray.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. They were saying it is Ray. I'm like, no, and her name is
another
Jen.
girl,
I'm like,
yeah.
this takes place. I'm like, listen, where this takes place. It's between the first 3, not the literal first 3, but the initial what it was supposed to be the first 3, and Empire Strikes Back and Star. This
movie leads into A New Hope,
Yeah,
the
because-
77 movie, the original, the very first Star Wars movie.
Yes.
This leads into that.
which is episode 4.
Yeah.
They're getting the plans that Leia was talking about when she jumped out of R2-D2. Like, hey, Obi-Wan Kenobi, I need you.
Yeah, the Death Star plans.
I'm gonna suck your tank. Anyway, so
Yeah, that's Star Wars.
but the reason I brought it up was because one thing that Lawrence said that Elliot Serrano, some guy,
Yeah.
he said Elliot Serrano, a couple other people, and some friends of his said that this one may not be the one you want to take your kids to, and we've made it a kind of thing where like we went to go see Force Awakens, we took Kenton or whatever.
Yeah, I remember you talking about it
and
last
so
year, yeah.
so kind of for him to say that, it's kind of like that, even though like we kind of slightly pushed the edge with him. Like it's kind of like Kenton believes if it's PG-13 he can watch it. Like that's he'd be like, hey, it's PG-13, and we've had to like dial that back because sometimes we watch a PG-13, we're like, hold the fuck up. This is look, his kids in school with iPhones. These motherfuckers are looking at shit they ain't got. Kenton told me, hey, you know this? I found a way to do this on the internet where I had to pay for it. Right? That's what he told me, right? My boy. So clearly, like you're saying, it's shit that he's watching that he's not telling me he's watching. But I was wondering because it was one of those things I want to. I think someone died.
What's so hard about
I think it's death or something. There's some torture. That I don't think it's sex.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask. Like, what? And did Serrano know this from knowing the backstory or seeing this, or did he get advanced
Someone
screening?
told Lawrence this. Yeah, I think it was a screening. It was a screening.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say because I'll let it out. We're Elliot's probably gonna be a future guest on the podcast, and I saw him today. He was putting it online. he saw the advanced screening yesterday, and he reiterated that on Facebook is what I saw, and he was like, "Yes, this is a very warlike film. It's not like just a space adventure. It's sort of like a lot of war scenes and stuff like that. So it's like,
he can watch it.
It's,
it's real out here, son.
Depending on where, let him know it's real in the film.
Tell him. He asked me last week, because he was like, "You want me to be a rapper or a basketball player?" I almost choked him. I didn't choke him. I was sitting down. I was like, "Man, don't you upset?"
Just fucking with
I was like,
you.
"No, he was serious." I mean, he wasn't serious, but he was serious as far as
like, which one would you rather me be?
And I said, neither. Like, dude, you better get your own business. Like that type of shit. Don't.
He doesn't believe that that's his only options.
I don't think so. But
he just put those scenarios.
But that's what they put in our head.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
you better dance and shoot, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You better dance and shoot.
The Biggie line.
Yeah. So that was that.
I mean, but if you had an option, I mean, it was those two options. I think you would probably say rap basketball.
Rap basketball?
Yeah, you can do both. You do both. Damian Lillard, Allen Iverson.
Damian Lillard. I'd rather him be Shaq if he's going to do rap and basketball. Go platinum and win some titles.
Shaq went multi-platinum quite a few times, man.
Yeah,
Shaq was not bad. Yeah, Shaq wasn't bad.
Oh, no. We used to no hooks. We used to fuck. Oh, listen.
Oh, the Biggie track was probably the best.
That's what I was about to
say. Yeah. Oh, no. I used to fuck with Shaq. But yeah, I like Ninja Turtles, too.
That's great, bro.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Do your thing, man. Do your thing. All right.
Yeah.
The flip.
All right, go ahead.
One of the other things that popped up today, and I don't know how we're gonna do, because it's a subject that I'm tired of.
What's that?
But it was one Kanye West has appeared again. We saw earlier this past weekend, I believe, he had the blonde hair, and this is his first time people have seen him since his hospitalization. Today he was in Trump Towers. We saw him, what seems like by the elevators with Trump. He went to briefly talk to Trump. Some people have hinted that it was about some type of ambassadorship or something. I guess he'd be the hip hop ambassador. He knows something to be. He didn't say anything when the media asked him what did he think. Was he still going to run in 2020? He said, all I want to do is take a picture. So that was the thing today. And then later on, of course, we'll get into this. We saw images of Hall of Famer Jim Brown. He went to see Trump, and also Crazy Man Ray Lewis also.
I'm not that shocked when it comes to Ray Lewis, but I'm actually kind of shocked.
Ray Lewis is ready to cape for the other side.
I'm kind of shocked about Jim
y'all
Brown,
didn't put me in jail. I owe y'all. Every day I wake up and I kiss a white man in his mouth.
Oh,
I kiss him. I kiss him good. I kiss him so fucking good. I tell him, you know what? You could have locked me the fuck up, but you didn't. You didn't. So now I'm with y'all.
So what the fuck is Jim Brown going up there for then?
He was gonna kill him. He was gonna do his all solid.
He
had this cane. He had this cane. And it was funny because in the article it was like Jim Brown's cane says Brown's on the back of it, right? And he probably had one of those blades.
Blades? Like a little pea shooter.
I gotcha. He's Art Modell. He's like, I'm not Art Modell.
Oh, well, yeah, that'd be
thoughts
kind
on
of interesting.
Kanye West?
Kanye West is I was gonna say he's a star fucker. Anything
Don't
that's...
say that. You know I gotta sing the song anytime that's mentioned.
What song?
Star fuckers.
Oh yeah.
Star fuckers.
But no, I think with him, and we definitely touched on this when Trump won, and then Kanye came out and did one of those very crazy rants at his concerts. It seems as if, saying that kind of that was validation.
I'm happy you sold them bitches.
Yeah, that was kind of like validation for him because he is really into this reality stars, whatever you want to say, pop culture people.
Good point.
Are saying that's
the new wave.
That's the new wave, and that's who changed things in the country.
Right.
And you see somebody like a Donald Trump who's from that.
Did you just? Oh, okay.
No, You see Donald
when your nail hit that seat, it sounds
you
like you got a little poot out. It's like, it's close quarters.
Come on, Jason.
Come on, Jason.
No, I think since Trump is of that ilk from that circle, he sees that, and it's almost kind of like validation of what he's been saying for so long. What you got over there, Cuzzo?
Well, Kanye, of course, tweeted later. He didn't say anything to the press at the time when they was taking the pictures with Trump at the towers, but this is some tweets that he let out later today. I wanted to meet with Trump today to discuss multicultural issues. These issues included bullying, supporting teachers, modernizing curriculums, and violence in Chicago. I feel it is important to have a direct line of communication with our future president if we truly want change. And then he left hashtag 2024, which I guess would be the year that he would get into the race now.
So he's saying that he's caping for Trump the next time.
Yeah, he's going to give Trump 8 years.
So the immediate thing from that tweet is, how much entitlement is it in the direct line of communication? Because if we're really affecting change, how many of us have a direct line? And that kind of does speak to everything that these nominations for the cabinet are, is, well, you got to pay your way or, be somebody to make somebody. Not somebody who is qualified for the position, just somebody who has a bank account large enough to qualify for Trump meaningfulness.
Pro KGB cabinet?
I know, right? Friendship medals and all that shit coming out from Russia. Oh yeah, let's go and put him Secretary of State. Wasn't it Tillerson?
Yeah, and not only that, but the actual company that has admittedly, internal records have proven, knew climate change was happening, but then did everything to suppress the knowledge of that.
We
It's
got to heat this
F
bitch up
you
so
all
hot.
the hell.
And
You remember when the dinosaurs here?
And also, I think it was reports coming out. I don't know how we dealing with the Secretary of State, but Condoleezza Rice and Bob Gates kind of came out and said like, "Oh yeah, thumbs up." But I think Exxon has some type of some type of consultant work is done by Condoleezza Rice and Bob Gates. Consulting firms or law firms, something like that. So they got it's kind of like, of course they're gonna say, yeah, we like him. Shit, he giving us money. So go back to Jason's point. You have the money, yeah, you got in.
I think a lot of people. I mean, this was maybe kind of fun about the next few years, is because so many people who are dumb and ill-informed and who were they hated the idea of a black president or any type of president that was beyond their control, or they also hate the idea of a so-called ruling class, which allowed the Bush family to get out the paint and the Clinton family subsequently to get out the paint. But they've just allowed this other ruling class now. I mean, pretty as close as we've come to an actual Illuminati that's going to be built now, and it's actually in the White House.
It went from a ruling class of a political ruling class to a billionaires ruling class, basically.
Well, and it's multinationals controlling national government. It's really terrifying.
I mean, but this is the thing too. My first reaction after the Secretary of State was announced, I mean, it's already been crazy announcements, but mine was like, what the fuck did y'all do? Like, you hate Barack Obama's brown face this much, and it just baffled me. And I get it, people are stupid, as we've just said, but it just baffled me that people will be like, or equate, well, it's a black guy, we let him do it, so fuck it, we'll let this reality star do it, or the phrase of we don't want an insider doing it, but it's just a different type of insider, as we're saying, as far
right.
as
he told you he was an insider.
Even further though, paying attention to it, and there's the propaganda that would have come out if this was on the other side. Like, Putin and Russia didn't have his plan, like, oh yeah, this is how we gonna motherfucking do this.
Especially with Hillary Clinton, because his ass can't stand Hillary Clinton. Listen, Hillary Clinton would have been some shit like, hell no, your ass ain't doing shit.
A lot of Washington, old school
stealing,
Washington.
Right now, they feel that
John
way.
McCain would shoot that motherfucker on sight.
If he could, he would. Let me get that good arm up, motherfucker.
One more for the team.
Exactly.
But let me push back a little bit, because I don't want to delve too much into politics. You're just saying everybody, I don't know, everybody feels this way. You were saying how the electorate looked at Barack Obama's like, yeah, we hate you so much. We gon' not hate you, but they was like, you know what? No, explain your thought again.
It's and this wasn't everyone. By no means am I saying everyone that voted for Trump, but I think the difference was that it ignited so many people, and we knew this from when Barack Obama was elected, that Republicans, Tea Party, outright, whatever you want, white nationalists, whatever you want to call them, were basically like, one, we're going to prevent you from succeeding in any manner. I'm not the biggest Barack guy. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't even really with Barack initially in the first place. But still the point that Barack being black, and we saw the vitriol that came from people where facts didn't matter when it comes to anything Barack Obama did. I don't know why I saw a commercial with former Bear Dan Hampton. Dan Hampton was like he would never go to the White House.
Yeah, we talked about that.
To me, unless you listen, I'm not saying Barack Obama is a great president. I can agree with some of the things Lupe Fiasco said about him dropping bombs like they go out of the South. Yeah. So if you're telling me that's why you dislike Barack Obama, I could see your point. But I don't see how Dan Hampton could have such hate to me. And look, he can tell me it's something else, and I could be wrong. But common sense tells me that a little bit of that has something to do with the fact that it's a person of color in that office.
I was going to say I can probably push back a little bit. How you explain it now I understand where you're coming from. It's 100% right, because you can look at people who voted for Donald Trump that once voted for Barack Obama. It's like, I voted for him twice, but I'm giving him a chance. I think the whole entire issue with that is much more of, you don't have to worry about the consequences or the reaction to what can happen, not coming from the Oval Office or even from government, but more so people out on the street. You don't have to worry about that because that's, it's just not in your life. That's why other people who do look at people who voted for Donald Trump is like, well, you're racist. Like, no, I'm not. I'm not saying you're saying that.
Yeah,
you can definitely say like, no, they're not racist,
cool, yeah.
But yeah, they did promote somebody who use racist tendencies to get evolved. To get elected.
Some of them are.
Yeah, no. Some of them are. Right. That's why I asked you to clarify what you were saying.
No, that's not what I'm saying. But even in what you're saying though, and you're like, for instance, and we could say let's take race out of it, but it's hard to take race out of most things in America. But let's take race out of it. People still, if you voted for Barack Obama and still flipped to Trump, was looking for something new and something. I think this is the problem too with the world we live in, this microwave society. We always want to live in the time. So it's like, fuck it, I want the first black president. And then it was like, all right, and you devalued, and I don't even just mean Barack Obama, but you devalued the actual office of the president by saying, I want someone who has no type of resume that should be in this office at the time. Me and you first became friends. Part of the things I was saying that Barack Obama wasn't a senator long enough to become a president because he was campaigning the second he became a senator. And I was like, he didn't spend enough time doing that job. So if you think I feel like that about this motherfucker, how the fuck you think I feel about that motherfucker?
But it shows you how the standard just so de-evolved again. Using that word. Like, but even over the 8 years, like we 8 or 12 years going back to like when he was around the time when he was first being thought of as a presidential candidate, Obama, like you said, and that was a very well thought of critique at the time. He didn't spend enough time in the Senate. He didn't spend enough time as a public official.
Wasn't even voting in that motherfucker half the damn time.
Yeah,
go ahead.
But he still had he had to prove himself as a statesman.
Yeah, you're right.
Trump didn't even have to prove himself as a statesman. Trump has ties to foreign to people foreign, like I said, the Russian and everything. Foreign antagonists is the word. Foreign antagonists. Think of if Obama had any ties to anybody anti-American.
Zulu-loving motherfucker.
And none of that.
Shut down before it began.
Right. None of that happened, and he still was labeled as a terrorist in waiting, as a Muslim extremist, as somebody who was trying to take down the fabric of this nation. And this is interesting because Ta-Nehisi Coates, the God, as some of us call him in writing circles, just come out with a piece today called "My President Was Black," looking back on the 8 years of his presidency. And another young guy, Bomani Jones, put out a quote today that said that the piece really reinforced one thing about Obama, that he had no controversy over that years.
Oh yeah,
and we
couldn't fuck a side bitch. He knew his dick had to stay dry. They would have got him out of this. Like, you was glaring at another woman.
Yeah, and you look at every modern president,
they all had side hoes.
And
that's a prerequisite.
Beyond that, they all had something embarrassing that was tied to them.
Clinton came in there, fucking Whitewater and side tricks.
Yeah.
H had some side hoes. W was doing crack, coke like
right,
it was going. Like it always had something.
Katrina.
Yeah.
Reagan had Iran Contra.
Kennedy was on so much pain medication it was out of crazy, and his father was a bootlegger.
Yeah, and Castro just passed Bay of Pigs.
Yeah,
like we talking about stuff that you can be seen as legit, irresponsibility or just negligence. And
Ford
Obama
fell down coming out of that plane that time.
Yeah,
Clearly.
Oh, yeah, Saturday Night Live got off of that for like 5 years.
Like,
You know,
clearly,
It's-
your balance is fucked up. You
Obama
out
had none of that, but he, there's people who had to sweep him out of office in the way, and it's just crazy to think about.
Well, real quick on that, the one thing that the opposition would say is that he does. It's Benghazi, but that is complete garbage. That's another case of facts not having meaning anymore. But here's a good.
That Hillary has took the brunt of.
Slightly,
But
but they
still,
used it
it's
because
still
they
on
knew
Obama.
she was coming up.
Yeah.
Like if he was running again, they would have. They used it at him initially, but knowing that Hillary was going to be the nominee, they switched it and was like, "This is how we're going to use it against her." And look, even if some of Benghazi, because I don't just totally, and you could tell us more about it. I don't just totally because I may at time leans Democrat say all that the Benghazi shit was straight either. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
still,
But it wasn't the kind of thing that the opposition wants to make it.
Exactly.
And here's a great let me lay this on you for a litmus test for me. How I judge someone. If someone has a negative impression of Michelle Obama, I kind of automatically have a negative impression of them.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
especially now. Like I get it at first. And, okay, like
8 years of knowing
that's what
her.
I say, like,
Now we
3
got
months
lots of
in,
comparison.
They probably think she a sassy sister. Like, okay, but we've seen her now to the point it's like, oh, she's been an excellent first lady. I agree with you to a degree.
and you still have.
You know that lady got her job back.
Yeah, that's what I was
That
thinking
lady got her
about.
fucking job back. The lady that worked for the company that was it was a nonprofit that when they said, now at least I don't have to have a first lady that looks like an ape in heels or whatever.
Right.
The lady, they gave her fucking job back.
Right. You got people who are liking a beautiful and incredible person like that to an animal and stuff like that, and then they'll come back and say, "Oh, I'm not racist." Come on, we know you're fucking racist. When you get these imageries from race, these are racist imageries that you're working off of, and you do it to undermine someone who is 100 times the person you've ever been.
Yeah,
and, it's crazy.
Check that. I just came across this on Instagram. I know the guy who runs City Alert, who started City Alert. Shout out to you, DC. He put a post up about Lupe Fiasco. Said he's quitting the music industry.
he's not putting out any new music.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I'm sure he's still going to tour, but he says there's be no other projects coming out.
It said Lupe Fiasco says he's done with the music industry after his new song NERD was banned by music sharing services SoundCloud for being anti-Semitic. The track, which samples J. Cole's "Everybody Dies," was taken down due to such controversial lyrics, such lyrics as "artists getting robbed for the publishing by dirty Jewish execs that think his alms are from the covenant." Oh wow! The lyrics appears to reflect Lupe's unhappy stint under the veteran leadership of Leon Cohen. Leon Cohen at Atlantic Records. Oh wow! Cohen, who is Jewish, oversaw his music at the label for parent label WMG. According to insiders, Fiasco dealt with creative control issues, album delays, and wasn't happy about his publishing splits. Wow, that's interesting. Just SoundCloud though.
It's not very interesting to me.
No. What's interesting is if it's one, it would be SoundCloud. You think it'd probably been spread out a little bit faster if it's true. This is just something news off of IG, but obviously you must have heard something about it, Ken.
No, it says he sampled "Everybody Dies," so that track hasn't been out there that long.
I heard someone go ahead finish with all this.
No, I was just no. Oh my goodness. No, I'm just reporting. Yeah, pass it on off.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm gonna say it's not very interesting to me for one because Lupe has said he wasn't going. This is about the 5th time he said he wasn't
going to do music.
He wouldn't do music anymore. He's also like the 3rd generation of rapper who has cussed out Leon Cohen and said anti-Semitic lyrics about Leon Cohen. I mean, you could go back to Public Enemy. Most Def did it about 10, 12 years ago, and now he's doing it. So it's really,
Dame Dash.
Dame Dash he said that for years. So it's like,
But Jay-Z's cool with it.
Yeah, because Jay-Z's the one who made the most money with him. I mean,
you black people need to get your shit together.
Yeah, I mean, Leo is a bit. I mean, that's a bit of his reputation of he's an asshole, but he has made a lot of people money too, and that's just part of how it is. I feel for Lupe, but it's like, dude, you know the business, man. You know,
talk that talk. Talk that talk means. Shout out to the boy Illinois. Don't laugh. Y'all make it seem bad when I say that. We love him. Don't do
No,
that.
I never had a chance
Was
to
he
meet
at
him.
the BT Awards?
I'm not sure.
I thought I didn't know. I thought I
Could've
saw him in
been.
the audience. I was
He
unsure.
could have been. I never had a chance to meet him.
Saw him on the broadcast.
I
Yeah.
thought I saw him in the audience.
Every time he was
like, yeah.
down here, I was always.
He said he didn't want to be around.
I'm sure he did. Where
That was a
motherfucking D?
stipulation with Cal.
Is Dirty D gonna be there? I won't be
The
there.
funny part was
I won't be there.
I was looking. I wanted to bring this up. I was looking at when he was with Bill Murray or whatever.
Yeah.
And
Who, boy?
Yeah, Boy Illinois.
Yeah.
Both of them because they tour together.
Oh, okay.
But
All right.
but the thing was, I was looking through some images of. It may have been with him and Nate. What's his name? Nate Robinson. Nate Robinson took him to I think maybe his restaurant or whatever, and Illy was like, "Yeah, thanks to Nate Robinson."
Up
Yeah.
in Seattle, the wings
So,
and
but
waffles, something like
his-
that. Yeah.
But his shooter was there.
Boys was.
Yeah, and I was like, "Oh, that's dude." Because look, when dude was here with because the second time he came, he didn't bring a shooter. He came by himself.
Okay.
First time, I think his shooter got there before him.
Really?
Yeah, the first time. Yeah.
And I would look, they was leading, and I went to do the black man handshake, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he I knew he was packing heat because he wouldn't get close to me, and I was like, it's hectic out here in these streets. Cal got murders up in the studio.
I know, right? What you got up and coming up
Come
in here,
on, Cal.
cuzzo? What you got coming up in here?
Blew everything up.
We gotta maintain that edge.
You're right.
I guess we do.
So,
We got shooters in this motherfucker.
What else do we have to go off of today? I got one.
Yeah.
And I want to remember this Saturday. Make sure everyone listens to the Dan Davis Show at 11 a.m. on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com.
Also, listen to the podcast on iTunes, SoundCloud, Speaker, and YouTube, and give us that 5-star rating. 5-star.
I want to bring it back up when Sid is here because I'm sure he's gonna have some comments.
Oh
about
shit!
this.
Oh,
So-
what are you about to say?
No. This is something we already talked about pre-show. The Chuck E. Cheese in Oakland is leaving Oakland because it's always something going on up there. They've had 50 incidents where the police had to be called this year. And I think
This year?
I know, right?
50?
Look at this motherfucker. Yeah, 50 this year.
I used to work right next to
So
it.
I know you can push the cars across the street. You was a master. We know the story.
Yes.
But
I'm a shopping cart master.
somebody got shot in August.
Wait a
outside
minute,
of there.
hold on.
Dog, when the last time you been up there?
I've drove past it. I haven't been inside in years.
Okay. First of all, if you go in there, you will smell loud. All right, like it's like
When last time you been there?
I got kids. I'm in there.
But
I'm
I'm
in there
saying,
at least once or twice
when-
a year.
Word?
Yeah. I'm in
The
there
one on
once-
95th Street.
One on 95th Street, no Oakland. I'm in there like once or twice, probably like once or twice a year.
Okay.
Maybe at least once a year over the last 5 years. I've probably been in there.
Show
right?
outing at Chuck E. Cheese?
Huh?
Show outing? Chuck E. Cheese. All the guys get together, just, go get drunk and go to Chuck E. Cheese.
The problem is they don't serve alcohol anymore. So when I was there, because somebody was
Damn,
like,
I
it's
know
supposed
they
to be for
did.
kids. That was the lit shit, right?
I know they did.
So I was in there the last couple times when I was like, damn, didn't they used to sell alcohol up in here? And one of the, I was reading in WBZ and the Daily Southtown, and then someone was like, it's for kids. I don't see why they have to sell alcohol. And they thought by removing the alcohol it was going to calm down, but it hasn't.
Just bring the shit in.
So they create, listen, I'm telling you.
It's pre-game before we go to Chuck E. Cheese, folks.
It's some of the strongest weed you ever smell. You walk through that motherfucker.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it's
Wow.
like, damn. So I'm clearly, and listen, thought heaven. I mean, it's some of the
You said it's thought heaven, too?
the tights that go in there. Sometimes it's bad, but it's crazy up in that motherfucker, right? So I wanted to ask Sid about this, being that he's from Oakland.
Oh,
He
you know
lives
that
in
motherfucker don't
I
go in
get
there.
the fuck up out of my area, right? But so initially, what they did was create a council with the community because they were trying to work with the
owners or whatever?
CEC Entertainment, which is Chuck E. Cheese Entertainment. I was looking at it, I was like, CEC. I was like, oh, that's cute. They were trying to work it out with them so they could stay because they've had times before they thought Chuck E. Cheese needs to go. So they were going to talk to Chuck E. Cheese again. Chuck E. Cheese told them, like, listen, fuck it. We leaving. Don't worry about it. We leaving Oakland. So that was just an interesting thing I just thought about.
In battle, this is from the Tribune. In battle, Chuck E. Cheese announced intention to close Oakland restaurant. Holy shit! I did not know it went down like this at the Chuck E. Cheese.
And that's the thing, because it's not the hood at all. But the hood,
But the hood goes
the hood goes there.
The hood, it's the closest one.
Yeah,
So where's that Chuck E. Cheese going to relocate? Like Evergreen Park or something?
I don't know. I wouldn't, wherever
That's
it
even closer.
wherever it relocates, I wouldn't go to it.
right. They can't put that.
And they have cops in that.
They had to put that in Mount Greenwood.
Oh, someone. Oh shit!
Park, man.
You talking about real shootouts? But look, one thing, it was an interesting thing happened. So they usually, and they upped it up. Chuck E. Cheese hire cops. Like, you go in there, you see cops like with vests on and shit in Chuck E. Cheese, right? Someone got into an altercation with a cop in the last 6 months. Pushed the cop. The cop was like, "I'm a cop." The one person was like, "I don't give a fuck."
I'm trying to ski ball, motherfucker.
Better than good. I mean,
It's bad.
Really?
It's like going there. I count my. It's not this bad. I'm going too far with it. I'm exaggerating. You don't feel threatened when you go in there, but you can see that sketchy shit could occur. Sure. That's the thing. You can see especially I'm at the age where I'm really not in some type of gang lifestyle, but you can see where not even being in gangs, younger people in their teens and 20s can bump and get into it, and they can, especially with family members being there and stuff like that. Yeah.
so you gonna jump on 55 and head to Joliet next, or is that too far for the Chuck E. Cheese excursion?
It's a Chuck E. Cheese on 51st and Kedzie. Is it
It's
Kedzie?
one.
47th and Kedzie?
Yeah, you're right.
It's one back over there.
It's one if you go. It's one northeast that I've been to before.
You know what this is? You know what it's a product of? Not having a lot of shit to do in our neighborhoods.
Yeah, but because you motherfuckers.
No,
shoot it up.
Evergreen Plaza gone.
Talked to a gentleman that grew up around there, just doing my furnace. A white gentleman. He was talking about going to see Star Wars at the movie theater at Evergreen Plaza. I told him about my kid and play house party experience when I was too young to go up in there.
I saw something. What did
And I
I
talked
see
about
there?
the article from Evan and stuff, like how we talked about
Yeah.
the shit. But I mean, but think about it though. Really, Everblack has been dead for like 15 to 20 years. When did you ever go back?
How long has this been going on? This Chuck E. Cheese has been wild like this.
Probably forever.
No.
No. This Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah,
for a long time.
I worked there in about from 90.
So you said all the shootings was contained to the plaza?
88, 99.
They didn't cross. They didn't cross.
Hey.
They didn't cross
I would say this, and this is horrible to say. That's Evergreen. That's Evergreen and Oaklawn.
It's Oaklawn.
Oaklawn. Back in the day, we was going to actually move out to Oaklawn. They saw our asses. Your ass can't move out here. So now it is a little different. Everybody and somebody is in Oaklawn. Not saying somebody's doing anything wrong.
I don't think majority of people live in Oaklawn.
It is diverse. I don't think it is either. But I'm just saying they're more comfortable to go.
In the last
That's what I'm trying to say.
Years. But even getting back to the plaza point, the plaza. I don't know. When's the last time you actually walked through the plaza?
I think it was about 90
that's
something.
a long
I bought a
time.
chain that broke me out around my neck.
No, see that's
No. Know what it was?
Yeah.
I think I took my grandma to Carson's there. That Carson's is still there.
Carson, I think it's open. I was there. I was trying to return something this past summer. They're opening up a Carson's across from it. They're gonna. I think they're gonna tear that one down. That one was still open.
Okay,
but they're opening
Where Coconuts
up.
used to be across the street. You said across the street.
No, it's like in the back lot.
I'm showing my
It's like
age
where the
right now. Shit,
where the parking
Coconuts.
lot was. Where the parking lot was.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah,
picture
yeah.
like this. You know where where the Arby's used.
This is a breakdown on the South Side of
You know
Chicago.
where
Everybody
Arby's used to
listening
be
to
where
this.
if you was coming down south,
Yeah,
you
I
make that
remember.
right,
Right,
and
right.
then you go back there and it's the parking lot or whatever. It's
Okay.
in the back. It's like
It's in the back,
there,
right.
So, but no, the point I'm going to make. I probably have been in the plaza maybe twice in the last 5 years. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And when you look at the empty spots and
It's dead in
of
the
dollar
motherfucking
stores,
It's dead.
like it wasn't the plaza that we grew up with.
No, it's not.
You know, like for instance, if you ever remember, what used to be the mall out there at like off 167th.
River Oaks?
No.
River Oaks.
What like maybe I'm talking about like 187. Like if you're all coming off of 57.
Damn, Jason, what shopping malls on 187th?
I never knew the name of that place when we drive by it.
But it's one of those dead. Like if you've ever seen when malls when they're dying, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like
Well, malls are dying. Malls are dying,
Chicago
period.
Red, I agree, 'cause people
Yeah, malls
order
are dying,
shit.
period.
Like, people,
Yeah.
But you just said the malls would solve the shit.
I'm just saying there'd be some way they can go.
They don't want to go there.
Malls, those type of malls aren't being built anymore. But but just having one-off things that, storefront things that can. But like you said, if you put it, you put Chuck E. Cheese in Inglewood, what's that gonna do? But have a Chuck.
Hey, motherfucker. Hey, motherfucker. Be fine. It'd be just fine on 63rd
All I
Street.
gotta do is put you across the street from there.
Me?
Yeah, because you're reporting snitch.
Hey, you motherfuckers. All that goddamn shooting out there.
The cops would be like, "Oh, it's Dig." Oh yeah, Dig. Yeah, we know something's happening at the Chuck E. Cheese.
No, I used to work at the Kmart right next to it. Thinking of Kmart, I think they're going out of business too. Did you tell me that? Somebody told me that Kmart's going out of
I
business.
know that Portillo's over there still doing.
Oh, it's that Portillo.
Man, I wish I had stock in Portillo's on the low when it was popping since it's going worldwide.
It was private and went public.
It's private. I'm just saying I have money in it.
If you win the lottery, you can definitely go to the owners and say, let me buy into the franchise and make some money.
Man, they're going all over the country with Portillo's now.
Oh, really? Yeah. They are?
Portillo's got money. Portillo's they're building, I think, like a new auditorium at my high school.
Damn.
Yeah, he's a.
They giving them what they got. They got Italian beef's gonna be in there.
I hope so.
I be like, man, come get a combo.
I'm like, damn, man, I wish you would do this when I was there.
Come on.
That's some kind of school lunch, man.
They sold. Portillo's has been sold though, correct?
No, I don't think so.
Really?
I think Dick Portillo still don't. I think.
You sure? I thought maybe they was getting ready to sell that bad boy. I could be wrong.
Maybe they're making plans, but
that's why he giving y'all some of that lump sum.
He got it, man.
He got it.
They're expanding. I think they're open one in Minnesota. They're expanding Portillo's.
Well, they did have Florida and Arizona.
Okay.
I knew that. They're getting the snowbirds.
Oh, the place, yeah.
You got some other news besides Minnesota? I mean, that's not all over the country. It's
but it's happening, Jason.
Yeah.
I mean, Portillo's is shit.
No, I'm not knocking it.
Don't you dare disrespect Portillo.
Oh, no, you're right. Yeah, Berkshire partners to buy Portillo's restaurant for almost $1 billion. So 2014. So, yeah.
He throw around auditoriums like they going out of style. Like,
yeah, man.
Listen, so now they didn't buy that not to expand it. They bought that because of the name. All you got to do is keep the quality control going.
I think that's
what's the name?
Oh, yeah.
Iowa. Yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
Come on, we are fucking up.
What's the billionaire for Oklahoma?
What? You mean the Cubs owners? The Lakers?
Warren Buffett. So Warren Buffett bought Portillo's.
His company.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wait, like the Berkshire Hathaway? Is that who owns it?
Berkshire Partners bought Portillo's.
That's Warren Buffett. All right. Shout out to Warren Buffett getting that money, that meat money.
Yeah, Warren Buffett.
I didn't mean it like that. Italian beef, meat.
Yeah, I don't like combos. You don't? No, the texture they're too different.
I just hate the fact that that sauce always ends up back on the tabletop before you finish eating that sandwich.
You're getting the dip too long.
I know.
It's lightly. You say it's lightly dipped,
but
not a submerged dip. Lightly, you got to tell.
Got to modify.
Yeah.
Sometimes got to be a savage. And
Wait a minute, hold on.
Yeah, damn right. Damn right. Just get messy. Plan to get messy.
Somebody said that is it a Chicago thing or not a Chicago thing to get it, but cheese on your Italian beefs. I thought that was a Chicago thing.
Well, they confuse that with the chili cheesesteak probably too.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? You don't put cheese on I put cheese on. Dip and then put cheese on it.
Put some mozzarella.
Yeah.
I put the mozzarella. You put the cheese whiz on your shit? But see, I said
That's the Philly shit.
Yeah. See, I grew up with the cheese on it, but then I got up to the city and I realized that was like the South Suburban and beyond bastardization. I'm pretty sure the purists would go no cheese. I think that's true.
the fuck?
But I ate it with the cheese when I was growing up. I love cheese.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Cheese,
I want my
please.
cheese on the cheese and dip it. Hot peppers. Fat Albert's, 69th and Ashland. Best Italian beefs in the city.
I don't think so.
Bullshit. It is.
We got to settle this.
69th and Ashland.
that would be a good one.
69th and Ashland.
That would be a good
moving
one.
eating
That'd
party
be a good one.
with the 4 or 5 of us.
I don't know. See,
Cuzzo, you never had Fat
not
Albert's?
really a good taste.
What the fuck?
You don't really give a fuck with your eating shit. To be honest with you,
No, I'm
I've
not a
learned
foodie.
that
I'm not a
about
foodie.
you.
I'm not a
so
foodie.
sometimes you be like, man, this shit tastes good, and I be like, what? This is all right, but like, nah, I don't think.
I'm not a foodie, but Fat Albert's probably got the best Italian beefs in the
You
city.
said where's it located?
69th and Ashland. Used to be right across the street from the big house, the CTA garage. That's when I was growing up. There was big houses right there. Yeah, man, you never had Fat Albert's?
What the fuck I'm going over to Ashland for?
What the fuck, you never been on 69th and Ashland before?
Yeah, of course, but I wasn't getting Italian beefs when I was living in Inglewood. Motherfucker, I was a kid.
Uh,
My dad I used to get my Italian beefs through him. He used to go to motherfucking Italian Fiesta and leave me half of a beef when he went over there.
Shit. Currency change right there on the corner. Get you some stamps and some shit. Get your money order. You go to Fat Albert's, get your Italian
I
beef.
get my money orders from the bank.
Straight Car Street was a corner store. Go ahead, and then next to that used to be a little fish fry joint back in the day.
See, I don't fuck
Oh fuck, it was good, man.
No.
You don't fuck with fish fry?
I mean, it's not really my-
like J&J. You don't fuck with J&J?
I mean-
oh come on, man, you don't fuck with J&J?
I will eat it because at home it liked, But me personally, I'm never really like, yeah, let's get that
So
J&J.
where your fried catfish coming from?
I don't really need fried
You don't
catfish.
fuck with fried catfish? You don't like fish?
I like fish.
Where you get your fried catfish
I
from
don't need
then?
you fucking Negroes.
Oh, you motherfucker.
No, I've had some really good fried cat, but I'm very rare. Like I don't
95th and Calumet.
Calumet Fisheries.
Either that or the seasonal fish fry, the one off at the Parish or the VFW.
Mine's is
Gotta be Lawrence.
no, Lawrence is false.
The fuck you mean it's false?
My high school is. I went past there the Calumet Fisheries to my high school.
Yeah.
So I've had that recently.
Right off the bridge.
Their smoked shrimp are pretty decent.
Wait a minute, you don't fuck with Lawrence Fishery, man?
I've been there. First of all, I used to feel like I was gonna get shot.
At Lawrence? What time was you going? I know it's 24/7, but
Probably,
goddamn.
I would say late.
Yeah, probably. I be well sealed down the street,
remember
motherfuckers coming out
just saying
Mac?
about that Chuck E. Cheese?
Yeah.
Remember the Chuck E. Cheese story?
It's
now
different
take
now.
all the kids out of it.
It's different now. White people go back behind it and kayak on the boats.
I know.
It's different
But I'm
now.
just saying. When I was in there, it seemed like we were shooting Belly 3. All right.
So where do you get your fish
Go to
from?
Lawrence's before 2 a.m.
Yeah. See.
Oh, I used to work right. Oh no! I used to work right across the river from it in that building right there.
So
when I
you
was
will get in at a decent time.
I get it all the time, baby. I got it every time of the
Lawrence
day.
is equated to me like
What?
being at sometime how tricky it can be being at the White Palace.
So where the fuck? That's true. So where the fuck do you get your fried fish from?
Proper J&J. I got a couple good J&Js.
What? A couple good J&J.
couple
Like a couple good Popeyes?
Yeah. But
Matter of fact, let me tell you something. What I kept, I was thinking about.
J&J's is expensive than a motherfucker, too.
let me
that fried catfish, that motherfuckers won't. He better.
I was thinking about you one day. It was a coupon for Mariano's, and what's behind it? Shout out to Popeyes. I got the receipt. Hold on, what I get? 11-piece leg and thigh for $9.99, or a 2-piece dog meat combo, including sides and drinks for $4.99. I keep these now. I think about you when I see these Popeye. I got this coupon. This coupon out for Mariano's receipt.
Listen, yes, get Popeyes without a coupon, but no. Listen, if Popeyes don't got a deal, that shit costs too much to go in there to get.
Popeyes is expensive.
That fucking J&J's is expensive too, man.
I had J&J's in a minute, though.
You trying to feed 4 motherfuckers with some J&J's? Y'all getting one fillet a piece, and that motherfucking is gonna cost you like $12.
I hate the one. They changed the one over on 47th for Lake Park. They used to be one of the more affordable J&J's. Now it's bougie now.
You know why?
man.
Because they got them over there.
Yeah,
coming
it's
in.
bougie
Give me
now,
a
man.
fillet of fish, salt and pepper.
Lather the tartar sauce on it.
Don't y'all do that with Jason in the room.
Jason is one of us. Jason is one of us now.
Yeah, actually, that's true.
Listen, it's funny after.
Although I've never been to JJ's.
Until we got to line up the places we got to go, man.
After the shuffling incident, I was sitting on the couch.
Wait, that's an
and
incident now?
I was showing Afton. And I was like, Jason is close enough. We let him say the N-word damn near.
No.
I said he would never do it.
I have never done that.
No, but I was
Let it
like,
be known.
And I don't believe in letting white people I don't believe in giving white people N-word passes, but you working close to one, boy.
You get close to your pass, Jason.
Well, I actually don't know how much I can tell about that stand-up night, so I don't need to spill any of the beans, so we'll do this off-air. But the WCIU, there was a moment I'm like, I don't think this is going to be on WCIU with what you just said, Mr. Stand-Up Comedian. That's an off-air issue, even for this podcast. No, they weren't supposed to, but again, I'm not going to say this on the air.
Weirdest thing, I want to go to Netflix and we get up out of here. Weirdest stand-up I ever seen was what's the dude that was that's from Chicago? He was on the sitcom, the tall skinny brother that was on NBC. Not D-Ray. What's that cat's name? I had to think about it. But he's from Chicago. Lil Rel.
Oh yeah.
Lil Rel. He's on that NBC show.
The Carmichael show.
Carmichael Show. Yeah, Carmichael Show. Lil Rel. He was. I don't know what happened. I don't know what we was doing that night. But Nick at Night has stand-up comedy. And it's like legit, like staying home moms in the crowd or whatever like that. And fucking Lil Rel did a stand-up on Nick at Night comedy. And what's the black lady that used to be on The View? Not Star Jones, but the other one. Sherry? I think Sherry Shepherd. I think she was the one who was hosting it. Very weird to see D-Ray up there, no glasses on, prim and proper. Lil Rel going up there doing a fucking Nick at Night stand-up comedy. It was the weirdest shit I've ever seen in my life.
The show was like for like moms, right? Yeah. It was like stand-up for moms.
It was the weirdest shit.
Was it good? Was it funny?
It was pretty funny because I think Lil Rose is a decent comedian. Yeah, he was pretty funny. But he made it work. But it was kind of, what the fuck is this shit?
Stand up for moms kind of makes me think about when comedians have done this on their shows or admit to it or talk about in interviews how weird it is to get hired for corporate gigs and you're trying to do your material and then everything is crickets. And you're like, all right, thanks. Enjoy the buffet.
He did have them laughing. Okay, and off of that, Netflix. Okay, few things. I don't know if y'all seen this yet, but they have a series called the Hip Hop Evolution.
Me and Dave Campo was going in. I thought he was talking about the Get Down.
No, it's not that.
I was like, wait, are you talking about it's documentary style form? Because I'm talking about more.
Yeah, it is. It is.
And that's when I was like, no, I'm wrong with what you're talking about.
It's pretty cool. It's only like 4 episodes. I think they're going to do seasons of it. They kind of start from, Kool Herc all the way down to, I think the last person they talked about was probably NWA. No, maybe Public Enemy, something like that. Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool. I definitely say each one about an hour long. Mm-hmm. Definitely check that out. Michael Che has a stand-up on there. I didn't finish all of it, but it was pretty funny. He's funnier than I thought he was going to be. Yeah. I think it's called Michael Che Matters.
He saw the handcuffed on on a Weekend Update and stuff. Yeah, so
that's the only thing he do too, right? Really on SNL.
For most, as far as regular TV, yeah. But
does he do other skits on that?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was. No, I'm thinking about that commercial that he has with Tina Fey.
Oh yeah. American Express. But yeah, I've seen him like when he was coming up. I saw him do a couple spots. Like I think he was on Jimmy Fallon and a couple other late night shows. He's a good stand-up. But you had mentioned like the View and stuff. Shouldn't you mention your new famous follow on Twitter?
Yeah. Definitely said I want to talk to her. She comes to Chicago too. Let me see. All these apps I have on my phone. Let me tell you who followed me. It'd be some good ones every once in a while that check me out. I follow people, and I'm like, why did they follow me back?
Were you following her first?
I think I did. Sometimes on Twitter, on the side, like a whole bunch of people you should like follow. I just start clicking, and I start.
She's a high volume
follower. There he go. Every time a motherfucker get a Twitter come up, he gotta hit you with she is.
But it's official though. Comedian Cheryl Underwood, co-host the show The Talk. I said if you're in Chicago, she come do our podcast. Yeah, she follows me. I can DM her. I can DM Cheryl.
She probably won't that.
Mm-hmm. You ever hear her talking about coming on to Sinbad when she was a little girl?
Say what now? She did what?
She was like, hey, Sinbad.
She liked Sinbad the comedian?
Yeah, but this was like when he was in the army or some shit like that nature.
Oh, okay.
She has she has a show or something.
Yeah, she's also the CEO of Pack Rat Production and Foundation. She's a Zeta too. I didn't know that.
You didn't know she was a Zeta? You know how many times she wears Zeta's clothes on every colors to everything?
I don't. I watch enough for Cheryl. But I didn't see that.
When we were kids, she was wearing.
Oh, you know what? You're right about that.
Yeah,
you're right about that. Yeah, she's a Zeta. Shout out to the
Zetas.
Zetas. Shout out to the Zetas. So no, Cheryl Underwood, follow me today.
Real quick before we get out of here.
Yes.
I lost the names, but the incident that happened where the gentleman had the cops in on the proposal at the gas station, where the police he was with his now fiance, but the cops rolled up, pulled out, guns drawn. Told him to get down on his knees, The girlfriend / fiance is trying to calm the cops down, walking around him in a circle in a protective manner. He reaches into his pocket, pulls out the ring, and asks for her hand in marriage. A lot of people are upset, and they feel like he's belittling Black Lives Matter and something important, doing something like that. It's for a wedding proposal.
I've heard other stories about people getting the cops pulling over somebody, and then they kind of bring them to the back, and the girlfriend's in the car, and they kind of like trying to make the girl scared, but all of a sudden, saying they can kind of propose.
But black people doing it?
Of course not. Not black people. That's what we mean. This is not a black person, obviously.
No, this is a black dude.
Oh, this one I didn't hear about the story. Yeah, so it's a black person.
Yeah, that's why people would say it was white. Like,
do you think you say? Do I think it's belittling Black Lives Matter?
People feel a certain kind of way because they think when you talk about police brutality and everything that's been going on that he's really
too soon.
Basically, that's what I like.
Well, the other thing with what happened, what was it, Charlotte, right? Where she's like, don't shoot him, he doesn't have a gun, stuff like that. You don't know how the woman's going to react if she's not in on the joke.
He said this was like people said that, but he said he knew how she would react, and if it was somebody else, he wouldn't have done it. But he knows how she would react, and
it's a risk.
Taxpayers' money, so fuck you too.
Yeah.
It's a risk. It's a risk regardless, and people. I said it's troublesome on a base level. People thinking like, yeah, you trying to play this out, doing something cute to get to get viral.
That's what it is.
When normally when these type of videos get viral, somebody actually gets shot and killed.
And what if someone let's even flip it for those cops. What if someone because there was a decent amount of people around reacted violently towards those cops?
Yeah.
And then the incident occurs because all of you motherfuckers are fucking around doing some shit you had no business doing in the first place.
Right, you're starting a scene where it doesn't need to be a scene.
I remember this one time.
Was it a scene around them?
It was a decent amount of people.
Really?
And they were like
I didn't
between
see
the
it. I didn't see
pumps.
this.
It was a decent amount of people. I remember this one time.
You gonna shoot him, ain't you, motherfucker? You gonna shoot him. You gonna shoot him. Oh, shit, he got a ring. Motherfucker. Fuck you, dude. Fuck you. I tried to save your black ass, but fuck you.
This one time, right? I was on 55 speeding, and this cop pulls me over and shit, right? And I don't know what I had on because I probably was talking a little bit. Usually, especially back then, I say a couple words at the cop. And the cop says to me, this is slightly racist in what manner?
You talking shit to him?
Yeah, he was like, "Oh fuck, you don't just get to say."
I know. I'm saying from his perspective, he was saying, "Oh, okay, motherfucker."
I see you're not an average Negro because he
said that to you.
No.
Oh,
it was coded. It was coded.
I would have been like, "Motherfucker!"
He was like, "I see how you're dressed. You're some. I think I had on. I don't know if I had on." Sandals or these ill times.
Polo, so yeah, the polo.
Pop collar was right. I was right. It's like I see how you dress. Basically, like I see you're not some thug gangster, whatever. So he jumped on my dick real quick.
You look safe.
So I told him, I was like, look, why don't you do this with me a favor, whatever. We go back up there. I want you to act like I'm in trouble for this girl or whatever. He's like,
what do you say?
No, answer. No.
Right. Get out of here, Blackie. I gave you as one warning. You know what? I understand. I definitely agree. Yeah, motherfuckers shouldn't be doing that because you never know what's going to happen.
Not right now. Even regardless, not right now.
Probably never ever.
I mean, look, and see, this is the thing, too.
Probably never ever again. You probably get never ever.
Look, it's a bad idea, but if he felt like doing that, you could have done it in a private setting where you control. I was about to say, you control the variables a lot easier. Even though at home she could go get the pistol. So I'm going to get the pistol, but no.
Johnny, you said they was coming.
But still, since you want to play this out in public, you really you raised up the liability of something really going wrong. So that on top of that, still with everything that's going on with how we've been getting state killed in this motherfucker, you probably shouldn't do some shit like that. I'm just realizing that this is also in Portlandia. Not that I'm saying that they stole this from Portlandia, but they involve the police and there's a shooting on a I wasn't thinking about that when I first heard the story, but
just got some news over TMZ. I hope this isn't true, but they're saying Alan Thicke has passed away.
Oh, hell to the no!
2016, damn you!
They took out Alan fucking Thicke. Show me that smile again, Alan fucking Thicke.
So I was actually
Give me some bars on that real quick.
Say what now?
Give me some bars on that.
On Growing Pains song?
Come on, hit it. Show me that smile. Ooh, show me that smile. We got to sing this for Alan Thicke, motherfucker.
Show me together. I don't remember.
We're living for each other. And that's him singing that song, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, look at it. Alan Thicke had.
Well, just
you thought his son.
TMZ got it.
It's TMZ, yeah.
You think Robin Thicke didn't get that voice from his
dad?
The
reason why I got to it, I was looking at, I was checking it out. The guys over at Sports Feed, Josh and Jared Payton, Josh Fryman and Jared Payton, had this attractive blonde woman on there, so I clicked on her name just to see who she was. I'm surprised Sydney ain't got on and tried to get on the show. Kayla Kierman, I think I'm pronouncing her name right. And then she tweeted like, "This cannot be true," and I looked down and said, "Alan Thicke has died at the age of 69."
Does it say what? No.
Hold on, let's open this up. Wow, this is breaking news right here on the Flip.
His last tweet was on season 2 of Fuller House.
Damn.
Wow, we should not be laughing.
You go out like that. Wow, my internet's kind of going slow in here. I'm trying to get to the TMZ article, but okay, here it is. It's starting to pop up now. Alan Thicke, father of Robin Thicke, famed Growing Pains, other movies, obviously. 69 years old, has passed away.
Canadian actor, songwriter, game and talk show host. He's known for his role as Jason Seaver. That was Growing Pains, the show that we all like.
Mr. Seaver.
But see, I'm pretty sure Alan Thicke sings Growing Pains theme song. I'm pretty sure he's singing it. I was a kid, I always thought that's his voice singing that song.
I never paid attention to it.
Really,
So Robin got it out. He got it honest.
You said what?
He got his vocals honest. Like he actually got it.
I'm pretty sure it was Alan Thicke singing that song. Whoa, that doesn't help me out with that.
Yeah.
I thought he sung it.
Oh man, this is crazy. What'd you say, cuz? 2016. You son of a bitch.
Damn this year.
Damn you, 2016.
We will promote him over Gordie Howe. He will bring him to me, my brothers.
Wait, what? So he's above him on the Canadian chart.
Oh, for Sheezy.
God.
For Sheezy.
Good Lord have mercy. Not just
That's the States thing with Best Athletes?
Yeah, I'm just getting it across ABC 7 Chicago News. Yeah, he passed away. Wow.
Was he unwell? Does anyone know? Or is this just going to be like the
You know
David
what? I was
Bowie, we
wrong.
were
He
keeping
didn't
it quiet?
I'm sorry, he didn't sing it. I'm wrong. So
I was with you on that, though. I thought that was true.
Wait,
But then again, I was...
I'm seeing a tweet that says he had a heart attack while he was playing hockey with his son.
see Gordie Howe?
Wait, did Robin kill him?
See Gordie Howe? The vengeance of fucking Gordie Howe.
The fuck are you two doing?
Fucking hockey.
What are you two doing?
We gonna fuck this hockey up for killing Alan Thicke.
Shout out to the Thicke family.
How dare you?
Damn you, hockey! Not Alan Thicke.
So
Damn.
I'm sure he has more kids. I wonder was he playing with Robin Thicke?
Wow.
That'd be really fucked up for your dad to go like that right there with you.
Robin's luck has been bad already the last couple of years.
Yeah, wasn't he talking about killing himself?
Damn. Is that serious?
How-
Really?
You know how high Robin Thicke gets.
I literally...
Robin Thicke gets high.
I think one of Alan Thicke's... The most recent time I saw Alan Thicke was talking about how he had to help his son.
You know how fucked up on drugs that boy gets? He gets on another
You
level.
lose Paula Patton. No, really?
She's straight.
I don't know about that.
I don't have a problem with you feeling like that. I mean, but she just doesn't.
She doesn't float your boat.
I mean, and he's Robin Thicke. Listen, the whole thing when he
He got that rapey song though.
rapey song.
The Blurred Lines.
The song was rapey.
You never listen to the words? Talking about Blurred Lines, how you getting girls drunk and doing up whatever with them?
I wasn't really.
It was rapey.
It was kind of not.
It was
my
tad
thing.
rapey.
It wasn't my thing. Anything they
Oh,
had
the song
that-
was very catchy. Well, you know he stole it from
my
Marvin Gaye.
ears.
He stole it from Marvin
I know
Gaye.
that, but my ears turned that sound off. It's like,
Okay.
Nope. But
Wow, I didn't want to end the show like this.
yeah. Thanks for bringing us down like this.
Dirty D does it again.
But Robin Thicke can get some people. They may not be the stardom of her. Even though now, you know the problem with Robin Thicke, really why he hasn't gotten another hot one?
Why not?
He hasn't put out another Blur line. If he was still dropping like he was, he'd be still getting back. Even though I know they've been together since they was kids. Him and Paula Patton.
Right.
But
Yeah.
still, he would have, if he was hot, you see he back on the Real Husbands of Hollywood. That let you know, my man, that shit, because he jumped off when that Blur
Kevin.
line.
Yeah, he did.
Like deuces.
Hey, Kevin,
Now it's
can
like,
I come back?
Please, man. Please.
I can be the token white guy again, Kevin.
No, she left me. She never liked me on your show anyway, man. You know what?
You
Now
know
I
she
realize,
left me.
fuck her.
Right.
Fuck her.
She wasn't doing the guest appearance.
My daddy did. Please, Kevin. Please.
Oh,
My daddy's dead. I can make daddy dead jokes.
I guess you can. No, talk about my daddy.
All right. Again, we're sorry, and I'm sorry for being tasteless.
We got to try to make some laugh out of this, but
Yeah,
man, Alan Thicke was an American TV dad staple.
Yeah, from Canada, but we claimed him and
We
we
claimed
kept
his
him.
ass. It's
Kept his
right.
ass here. What are you about to say, Jason?
Yeah.
Oh, it's for later.
All right.
You know what we need to do one day? Run down all the great TV dads from the 80s and see which rank them.
Good one.
Is Bill Cosby still number one? That's the question.
To be continued. Nah, I don't think he number one anyway. He wouldn't be number one no more.
Even before
No.
don't give away too much. That's gonna be you know what? Try to have that phone.
I got a
for the
question.
next flip.
Does Henry
Next on the flip.
from Punky Brewster make the list because that wasn't her daddy, and it always seems like perhaps he was touching her.
I know what you're gonna look like when you get older.
Ooh. You're gonna need a reduction. All right. All right. Make sure you check out Dan Davis' show this Saturday, but every Saturday at 11 a.m. on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com. Also, on Monday, we'll be dropping an extra flip. It is 2 weeks. Every other week, we drop an extra flip, so get ready for flip on Monday and then another flip on Tuesday. Then Dan Davis cruise break. We're taking a sabbatical, and you will check us out next year. Even though this is one thing, and I know Kyle want me to mention that, we're going to do our yearly wrap this weekend. So the best stuff about this year, some of the sad stuff, unfortunately, like Robin Thicke passing, Muhammad Ali, Prince, Gordie Howe, so on and so forth. We're going to recap some of that and also bring a little delight from some of the stuff that took place this year, like the Cubs winning a championship. Yay! Chris Sale getting his ass out of town. Yes. Who was that? Is that Khloe Kardashian?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not mad at her. Listen, she needed the surgery. So, listen, make sure you check out Dan Davis and Dan Davis to Flip. This, of course, is dropping on Wednesday. We will see you soon. D?
Yes, definitely follow us on Twitter at D and Davis Show. Make sure you use the hashtag D and Davis Flip. You can email us also at dndavis@gmail.com. You can listen to the podcast on iTunes, Spreaker, YouTube. I gotta post that one up. YouTube and SoundCloud. Definitely check out our website, weareregalradio.com. And I'm at Demons1, Ken's at That's Davis, Jason's at JF Kessner, Cal is at work_right, Tony's at Tony Gill 670. Keep your hands to yourself.